Dun 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 dun, M.A.S.K! That's how you all go on, isn't it? Did you like M.A.S.K back in the day? Were you even alive in 85 when this came out? I would have been around 3. And I tell you what, I couldn't have given a solitary shit about M.A.S.K growing up. You know, we all knew the theme tune. Someone always had a toy or two when you went to their house. But honestly, you had Transformers, you had Thundercats, Masters of the Universe, 90 other properties vying for your attention. M.A.S.K didn't even get a look in. Christ, I had Brave Star toys at one point. I might have been the only kid in Scotland with those, honestly. You just can't have everything. So when these went up for pre-order, what seems like maybe the late Jurassic period, I thought, why not? You know, a little bit of 80s toy history I never got to experience. I've got the Switchblade and the Rhino, the other 2 toys, on the way too. The shipment was split. Not the supplier's fault, necessarily. I'm not champing at the bit to play with these or anything, but instead of whacking them all into one video that does terribly, I thought maybe we could get 2 out of this. So we have the Condor, and we have the Thunderhawk. These are the 2 that I really remember from the show. I was keen on the Condor as a kid because it's 2 cool things. It's a motorbike and a motorbike pretending to be a helicopter. And Thunderhawk is the main good guy car. There's a sleek sports car that becomes a car that pretends that it can fly. These boxes, by the way, so these come from a company called The Loyal Subjects, who are working with Hasbro, and they work on a lot of kind of forgotten properties. It's got a Kenner on the box as well. It's like, fucking calm down with the logos here. I'm trying to enjoy myself. I think rather than giving us too many modern concessions, they're trying to be closer to the originals, which is fine. Like, I don't know, I think the boxes look a bit knockoff. I think it's this red. The imagery, it's like, see this? It's all quite muted. I've got a feeling someone worked on these designs in RGB and then sent them to print without thinking about CMYK. You know, it's like I do with my prints at TF Nation. I've only opened these to check everything's there, so we can explore the world of illusion together, and we can see if these were worth, and excuse me here, I don't mean to be crass, the fucking money. Get you opened up here. So opening up the box here, we get some pretty retro looking instructions. Nice thick black line work that's clean and it's clear. I love that. There's a set of stickers that I will apply like a moron, thank you. And then the toy itself in this clamshell. Let's have a look at the, what would you say, the operator, the driver. So this is Brad Turner, a serious looking guy, kind of Wesker looking, Wesker-esque, if you will. He's got big dorky sunglasses, yellow jumpsuit. He's got the breakfast order on the back here. You know, it's 2 square sausage, 4 hamburgers, like in the show. And just like the show, we also have the titular masks. Brad comes with 2 of them. We just get this on his peanut head. And there we go. I'm sure you'll agree. Very stylish. Nice and aerodynamic. Of course, in the fiction, all the masks have a special power. So there's another mask that has this kind of blast effect coming out of it. I remember it's some kind of like grape jelly or jam. I do remember at the end of the show, someone would say something like, you know, wow, we really got into a jam. And then Bruce would say, did someone say jam? And then all this would start coming out. And it was quite disgusting, to be honest. He does have knees. The legs come out this way as well. The arms also can move up and down, but there's no elbows, unfortunately. He's small too, like even compared to something like a G.I. Joe, he's tiny. I suppose it's about getting them into the vehicles, so we have to be realistic, folks. Come on! Of course, if you don't have a reference for a toy like a G.I. Joe, here is a Schleich Ice Tiger. The Condor itself is quite light. We get other accessories. We get this little yellow pissy blast effect thing that you can pop into the front here. Let me just get that in there for you. We also get this quite nicely sculpted smoke effect with a little slot in there for you putting in the back tyre. So we can place that down and it should stand up on its own for display. Yes! Okay, so the Condor, it's a pretty slick motorcycle. A few maybe obvious concessions for the gimmick. Up front there's no controls or handlebars or anything like that, so we'll get the stickers on and that'll give Bruce a fighting chance. I don't know if that would fill me with more confidence or dread, to be honest, but we've got those on and we've got these little mask stickers on the back too. Getting Bruce onto this thing is more of a chore than I expected. You got to like kind of bend the knees, obviously, and then you've got to squeeze the legs together, which again with this plastic I don't feel entirely comfortable with, but that's what the instructions say. And then we need to sort of jam him into the footwell here. It starts like auto-transforming when you try and get his arse onto the actual seat. The instructions show that he can sit down on the seat. I don't know if that is their lies or what, but yeah, it takes a sec. Give me a second. Okay, fair dues. I think I've got it right. I do wish there was some kind of handlebars here. Without them, it just feels a little bit cheap. The whole thing feels a little cheap, if I'm honest. But yeah, trying to get him in here was a bit of a chore. I don't know if we can transform him even with this in place, but let's try it. So if we want to transform this thing into its whirlybird mode, we're going to be pulling this section up. And doing that brings down this landing gear. It's got little guns on it. And you can pull this little part out for a stabilizer too. So we get the rotors for this motorbike mode by pulling off these parts here. And my heart sank when I did it for the first time because I realised it's not on a hinge or anything like that. It's literally this bending bit of black plastic. You can already see, I've done it a few times, and underneath, I don't know if you'll be able to get it, but it's definitely got some sort of stress on the plastic already. This will not last, I don't think, more than a couple of dozen transformations. Maybe it'll surprise me, I don't know. Will I be even transforming it that much? But the blades spin. Cool. A little flimsy feeling, I'll be honest. The final thing we're doing is pulling this up as the back rotor, and with that we've got the Condor in its flight mode, and you know, I do like it, you know, despite having no real connection to it as a kid. It's a fun experience, and it does feel a bit cheap in places. It's light. I don't know if I could recommend this at full retail, but it's fun. Thunderhawk's a bit more substantial. It's the main guy's car, you know, Matt Tracker up there, heir to the Tracker bar fortune, I understand. Let's get him open. We get the instructions and a sticker sheet that has definitely got a bit more going on. We'll get these on now. Do that first? Yeah. In fact, here it is without the stickers on, just so you can get an idea of what it looks like without. You might want to keep them off. I'm a little bit tempted to keep them off, if I'm honest, but for the sake of 80s accuracy, let's get them on. This is how you show people to put on stickers. Toy hacks. Take note. Whoa. I'm sure I've mentioned my sticker applying technique before, you know, not to worry about it being perfect. If it looks like a 5-year-old put these stickers on, so much the better. I was worried that the stickers would cheapen the look of this a little bit, and it does. It's nowhere near as classy as it was before, but I guess that's not the point. It's meant to be dynamic, it's meant to be a toy, and that is how it looks. So we get Matt Tracker himself. He's got a bit of the old Andy Cranes about him, while we're already talking about esoteric 80s shite. Same articulation as Bruce. Matt can turn his head. I'm like, could Bruce turn his head? Hold on. Yes, he can. There we go. I love it when toys get an update after you buy them. I do like Matt's flight suit here, the grey and the browns, and they work really well against the bright blonde hair. We can slap a mask on him, which I think is a bit more successful than Bruce's. He's got a blast effect, which is honestly a bit more intense than Bruce's one too. This was more of a lemon curd situation on the show. I think, you know, they'd say at the end of the show, the bad guy vehicles drove some real lemons, and Matt Tracker would say, "Did someone say lemons?" And then all of this stuff would come out. Little blast effects for the back of the car too. 2 missiles. And we get a disc launcher with 2 little discs. The Thunderhawk is like the Condor. It's quite light. The wheels are really rattly, but it does roll. But it does roll quite well. I mean, that's the kind of base level you expect, isn't it? It's nice. It's got a good amount of detail underneath. And for some of you, that would be it, wouldn't it? But not for me. I'll be delving deeper into this, thank you. Press this button here. Woomph. Doors come out. Press it again. The spoiler raises up to reveal little boosters. Now look, I'm ready for takeoff, but I can hear some of you saying, "Oh, Gavin, it doesn't look like it can fly." Well, what about this? What if I pull these out less than an inch? Yeah, that shut you up, didn't it? Now it's ready for takeoff. Inside we've got a steering wheel and a pair of seat belts, which is nice to see. Safety first, clunk, click and all that. I tell you what, it's no joy getting Matt Tracker into this thing either. I feel like the folks driving these vehicles are the biggest impediment to the vehicles actually being a success. But once he's in, he can just about, maybe, reach the steering wheel if you really make him try. Can this close without taking his head off? Yeah, there we go. There's Matt Tracker just driving around in his normal car. Just kidding, it's a plane. So we hold in the booster, we put this missile in, let it go, and that should lock in. Yeah, there we go. No missiles here, officer, what are you talking about? but press those boosters again, and they fall out rather unspectacularly. I don't know what I expected, to be honest. But that's cool. That's another little thing. Look at little grabbers. The disc launcher slides in. Am I doing this right? It looks like I'm doing this right. Why would I do something wrong? I feel like I'm not held to task enough by my viewership, you know? Get in there, you fucker. There we go. So that clips in easily underneath. It comes with 2 of these little vocal zone looking lozenges. Like, what? Could you not have made these yellow? These are definitely going to get lost in my fucking mess of a house. And what seems to be the theme for these M.A.S.K toys, we place the disc in, we pull these 2 springs back, and hope to God that they feel like locking in place. It takes a little bit of finagling to do. No, came out. We're on a wing and a prayer here today, folks. Fuck off. I think we have this locked in. I swear, if you just touch some parts of this car, the wings go up and they give you a little fright every time. So this is locked in now. All we need to do is press this, and it should fire out a little black dot. No. This is a toy designed for children, Gavin. I know. Some kids are clever, though. Nah, me. Whoa, fuck off. Getting fucking frights here. It's like fucking Hellraiser playing with this toy. Push this, does it go? Yeah, there we go. Fires out with the force of 1,000,000 exploding suns. Great stuff. Get this the fuck out of here. I never want to look at this thing again. The little blast effects in the boosters are a nice touch. I do like those. I do really quite like the Thunderhawk. It does feel like it's all going to spring apart at a moment's notice. But when it works, it's great. It's just transporting that part of your brain. You know, let's see that. Now it doesn't want to work. Okay, here we go. No. See, now we've fucked it. Do I like this? It's a temperamental piece of shit. That's not a great sign, is it? These little clips have come out, that's why. Little springs have sprung. This thing is a test of patience at times, I tell you. But it is a cool little piece of sort of quasi-nostalgic history, and it's skating by on very thin ice because of that. Thunderhawk feels more premium than the Condor, I suppose, but not by much again. I can't really in good conscience tell you to buy any of these for full price, which is kind of difficult because if you're interested, you know that walking this tightrope of, you know, this might either get a second run and go into discount, or you'll never see them again and miss your chance. I've got a feeling they're going to be discounted though, so I'd say wait for that. Anyway, that's M.A.S.K. The first few of them anyway. I hope we get the Gator in another run. I always wanted one of those. That's not true, actually. I just told you I didn't want any of these. I wanted fucking Thunderstick. God help me.